LifeAct was formed 25 years ago. Our founder was Tim Treadway. Tim started this organization after the tragic loss of his son, John Treadway. His mission was to reach teens and prevent this, to the best of his ability, from happening again.
Shortly after our brother John took his life in 1990, our dad was approached by a doctor in the Cleveland area asking him to become involved with a national organization that raised money for suicide research.
When he first started out, people did not want to talk about depression and suicide. It was really a very taboo topic. And Dad felt so strongly that this is a treatable brain-based medical condition. And he could develop a program that was proactive, that we could reach teens.
Well, sadly, suicide rates are increasing among teenage boys and girls over the last decade. And we've also learned that the number of hospitalizations and emergency room visits are also increasing. Additionally, about 15% of high school students seriously consider suicide.
My daughter had her first suicide attempt in 2011. It was about 9 months after a school shooting, and since then we have discovered that she has multiple diagnoses. It's been a long road for her, a long road for our family.
Depression often begins when people are kids and adolescents.
It's interesting, the average duration of an untreated major depressive episode is 9 months. That's a long time to feel that way. If we can identify somebody who's going through a depression early, treat it accordingly with the effective treatments we know we have, we do feel quite good about the outcomes there.
Well, we're a supporter of LifeAct because of its incredible mission to take care of the overwhelming problem of suicide among teenagers in our country today. There's been, as I understand it, a large increase of 135% in suicide deaths by teenagers since 2007, and it is preventable.
We had a son of my husband's, a stepson of mine, who took his life in 2006. This just intensified my concern for young people and suicide, and just realizing how important it was to get the information to young people about depression.
When I attended a program at a local high school, my eyes were constantly on the children. I watched their pained expressions. I saw a sense of frustration on their faces, and it was obvious to me that they were trying to reach out for our help. That made a significant impression on me. If I ever had any doubts about the need to raise more resources for this organization, they quickly disappeared.
LifeAct's role is critical. It's a big challenge to prevent teen suicide, but you know what? People do get better who suffer from depression. There is treatment.
I do believe LifeAct is going to remain relevant for years to come, because I don't think suicide is going to go away. I think depression isn't going to go away.
Our program is delivered in person by our own trained instructors. We educate teens that although the adult in the front of the classroom facilitates, the teens are really the solution to the problem. They're the ones who see the changes in the behavior of their friends and in themselves. They are truly the solution.
Teens are most likely to tell their friends when they're struggling, as opposed to a parent or a teacher. Not only are these teens learning to self-identify, they can also identify in their friends if their friends are at risk, and they're given the tools for how to handle it.
So being on the YAB has actually helped me to notice more the signs of depression, and actually a close friend of mine was going through those kind of things, and I noticed those signs. I was able to reach out to him, and actually he went to go get help for what he was having trouble with.
It was interesting. A couple months ago, I saw it was actually a middle school student. And I said, "What brings you in?" And they said, "LifeAct gave me a really cool pen." And sure enough, and that started the process of this middle school student getting the help that he really needed.
You know, when you find something that works, you want to bring it to scale. You want to help as many people as you can. And in this case, in the case of LifeAct's signature program with teens, you're going to be preventing a lot of unnecessary pain and loss of life. And what could be a greater objective than that?
I can't change the past 6 years of my life, but I can take it and do something good and positive, and that's how I feel like LifeAct has helped me, and there's a reason it was supposed to come into my life.
LifeAct's educational programs have been very well received among schools in the area. And in fact, more schools throughout the state are requesting LifeAct's programs to be delivered in their school.
So I think the growth of LifeAct has grown as the need has grown. But without the teachers, the program can't continue.
As my efforts as a trustee progressed at LifeAct, I recognized that we were always operating on a very tight budget. That gives us a very strong reason to move forward with an endowment initiative. We chose a very meaningful name for this initiative, GenerationNEXT. Our tagline, "Your legacy, our mission, their future," really suggests our objective here. We want to preserve the lives of young children. They're our next generation. We need your help.
Your legacy with LifeAct will not be about buildings and bricks or names on a wall. Your legacy will be the children that thrive and survive because of your commitment to our organization.